the webinar of how to save money in your coming trip. Today the topic is about online booking and the news that we have, the new app. I'd like to welcome everybody. We just a little bit about myself for those that don't know me yet. The past 7 years I was in the airline sector as a vice president for Latin Airlines here. So this is where most of my knowledge came from, as from the other side of the business. Since mid of last year, on 2017, I started several business. One of them is business travel deals. It's what we're gonna do, talking about it today. You know, as an entrepreneur, being on the road, and this is a kind of a road show. There are some different sections that we do for bTd. One of my favorite topic is about artificial intelligence, which it's also a big driver for bTd. It was the last summit that I did here in Miami, beginning of the year in New York, with IBM, Watson, and also Uber people through the Brazil American Chamber of Commerce. Last year we did this similar event here with people from Uber and also Airbnb. And today it's number 48. Yeah, so this is the 48th event that we are doing on the road, talking about bTd and talking about those type of events. Just 3 more reminders. On July 4th, I will be in Orlando, also as a keynote speaker on the Jornada Empreendedora with a lot of entrepreneurs talking about entrepreneurship and also bTd. And then one day after, on the 6th of July, I will be in Brazil, in Florianópolis, one of the biggest entrepreneurship events in Brazil, called Empreende Brasil. It's the 2nd year I'm going to run the international track about investing or being an entrepreneur in US and also Brazil and Portugal. And the end of the year, I will be back in Portugal, doing a pitch of bTd through one of the biggest technology events, which is the Web Summit. It's going to be on the November 4th. So that's what's make me on the road all the time. So today, bTd Roadshow number 49. The rules of the game today is the following. I mean, if you want to ask any question, if you have a doubt about the topic that we're talking about, you can click on your, could be through mobile or the desktop. There is a button called More, and there is a chat, okay? So if you click chat, please put your questions to here to Anna. You're gonna see everybody. Then Anna, let's say, how can I get a waiver? Okay, and then you send to Anna, and Anna will collect or will explain when we open for the Q&A. Anna will consolidate all the questions. Okay, then we will keep the flow of the webinar. So that's why everybody's on mute right now, and that's the rules of the game. Okay, so keep your questions, don't miss them, but write the questions in the chat to Anna, and then Anna can consolidate, and then we come back, and then we open the forum also for those that want to speak about that. Okay, so let's start. So basic thing about online booking, it's to understand the marketplace, and any marketplace has a supply demand, you know. So the one side, there's the suppliers. In this case here, they are airlines, ground transportation, that's car rental, hotels, and taxis and hotels. You know, and the other side are the demands, which are pretty much you travel with your company on a business purpose or on a leisure purpose, or to visit friends and relatives. This is where usually we summarize this marketplace. Yeah, there are some disruptors in this marketplace like Uber and Airbnb. They change a lot. And of course, the way that bTd works, we work closely with travel suppliers from the left side to get deals in our platform. And these deals, we make them accessible for clients like you are here today. So this is basically the way that we work. This is a very busy slide, and perhaps I'm going to give you 2 seconds to try to find where bTd is. Of course, everybody's on mute, but this is what we call the travel ecosystem that exists as of today in the world, especially here in the US. You have all these brands that somehow came to your mind at some point, like Kayak, Expedia, etc., etc. But here we are, business travel deals. We are part of the corporate travel agencies, so our technology agents. It's a very, very complex thing. We'll try to make this simple. But if you think about you going to travel, the first things that come to your mind is the inspiration. So I want to go to Peru, in Machu Picchu, or to Brazil. Then you start with the meta search. Meta searches are tools like Kayak and Google Flights, Trivago. They bring, now TripAdvisor, they bring all the content together in a simple way, and then you can show. When you want to book, you can book it through the online travel agents, or of course the traditional travel agents. And here's bTd again, where we are, but we are working on as a travel agent, but also as an innovative company. Then you prepare your trip. Sometimes you book you receive a trip case about your trip, Uber. Then you go to the airport, and then you take one of those airlines, get to your destination, rent a car, or take a taxi or Uber, go to your hotel, go to do a tour, and then you share in social media. So this is pretty much where we have today in terms of a customer journey, okay? And it's very important because now that you're attending this webinar today is to learn 3 main concepts that will help you to save money next time that you travel, okay? So the first one, let's learn things, because webinar is about that. It's about learning something that you don't know, or perhaps you think that you know, but we're going to give you more information to your toolbox. So let me talk to you quickly about the basics in terms of air booking and also hotel booking. The first thing concept is one thing that I explained at the beginning, that is the supply demand, okay? So the supply demand is where define price. When we have high supply, perhaps and the demand is low, the price is going to be low. Right now, what's happening in Miami, São Paulo, it's the opposite. You have a low supplier because of Avianca Brazil left the market. So it was a lot of capacity. Imagine that one aircraft, A330, they can hold more than 200 passengers. And those 200 passengers that were flying in the past months, they're no longer available to fly with Avianca. So that's why to go to São Paulo, it's more expensive right now. So that's the basic that you need to understand. It's the same thing of hotels. Another thing that's impacting pricing on fare, it's something called segmentation. When we fly because of a reason. When we travel because of a reason. And that's what we call travel behaviors. All the airlines and of course the hotels and car rental, they try to understand what is the behavior, what is the purpose of your travel. And you as a traveler, you can be one of those 3 at the same time. Sometimes you are a business traveler, and if the company pay your ticket, you have one kind of a behavior, which is different when you travel for leisure. So if you plan your vacations to Europe, perhaps you're going to do this 90, 100 days beforehand. But also, for those that are Latins or Brazilians like me, we have family in Brazil. I have family in Brazil. So every year or so, I go there to visit my family. That's we call VFR, visit friends and relatives. So the behavior here is different. We are looking for price for those that sometimes travel as a business class for business. When they go with family, 4 people, 5 people, they take a coach class. So this impacts a lot in terms of price. Another thing that's also impacting price when you buy online is what we call seasonality. So there are periods of the year that you have high demand and low demand. And of course, those are the vacation days. Right now, we have the high seasonality coming up to stream, which is June, is the summer break in the US, also in Europe. In Brazil is the winter, but there's a couple of weeks. That's why July, it's a very, very expensive month to work, to travel. And of course, end of December and beginning of January, it's when you have a high season, Brazilian coming to US, and also high season Americans or Brazilians that live here going to Brazil to visit friends and relatives. So in this kind of situation, you have a peak season where we have prices that's very, very high. So that's why people say it's cheaper to buy Brazil or to buy here. Depends, always depends, because if it's a peak season in Brazil, it's a high season here, probably the price there are going to be higher than here. Okay, so this is something that's important to you to understand when you think about buying a flight. Another thing, it's about revenue management. This is it's the way that the airlines and hotels, they try to maximize every single seat. So airlines, they don't care about the price that you pay. They care about the average price. Because in an aircraft, you need to have people that fly with zero revenue, which usually are those that get mileage. There are those that pay $100, but there are others that pay $300. And the average fare, which is the count, okay? So this is what we see. And of course, the revenue has been some improvements. And right now, airlines, they're making a lot of money by charging you bags, by charging you special seats and meals, etc., etc. Look here, one of the lowest carrier here in the US, like JetBlue and also other carriers like Spirit, they make a lot of money on baggage fees. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we are weight, for the airlines. So they make 60% of the fees, or the revenue they're coming from fees and also seat assignments. That's why sometimes when you book a flight, you say, oh, I want to get the lowest fare. But sometimes this fare will be higher for you if you have to pay for the seat and for the other things. Think about that when you travel. Another important thing is the fare class. This is a very, very complicated topic, but right now all the airlines, they are trying to segment the passengers on a basis of the fares. Okay, so if you want the lowest fare, okay, I give you the lowest fare, but you can only come in and you have to pay for the seat, you pay for the baggage, you pay for the food, and pay for, say goodbye. So that's the trend. So sometimes fares, the lowest fare doesn't mean that you have all the rights. That's why it's important that you have a frequent flyer program with airlines that you can take advantage of, get some perks like assign your seat before by getting a lowest fare. So this is another thing that is impact a lot in when you buy or booking a fare with an airline or with a hotel. It's a very, very complicated topic, but the tip here today is the following. Look, this is a screenshot from bTd, okay? So it's a Miami-São Paulo flight. Oh, sorry, it's a São Paulo, Lisbon flight, okay? And business class. And you see down there, that's business class, and in the parentheses that you have the letter I. And when you going down. And when you return, you have the letter D. Okay, you don't know what this means. So letter Y, letter D, it is very hard for you to understand. But the tip is, when you book a flight and you open the details in any kind of portal, but especially in case of bTd, if you see different letters, because we are very transparent in terms of price, you know that perhaps that price is not the lowest one, because in some point, if you're going down, is the lowest because it's India class, E. But when you're returning, is the Delta class, it's not the cheapest one. What's the tip here? If you see different letters, try to get flexible dates. That's why in our booking tool, you have flexible dates. You can take -1 day, +1 day from the travel, and then you see the pricing changing just because of that, because each class, they have a different kind of fare, okay? So for instance, a J class in business class in American Airlines is a very, very high class. So if you see a J class there, the Juliet class, you're paying a lot. So try to get out of those classes. Again, this is a everyday learning, but the best tip today is if the letters are different, oops, there's something there. Try to get a better date that you can find a better deal. And another one that's very, very important, and that's explain why bTd is different, is the published fares versus corporate or net fares. What you guys see in the internet is the online booking. And this is the first concept that's very, very important that I want everybody to leave today with this learning, okay? Published fares, what you see in Kayak, what you see in Expedia, and what you see in AA.com, those are the published fares, the fares that should be the same for everybody. Sometimes you see one small difference. I'm going to show you some screenshots now coming up, but this is very important because published fares, online book, it's open to all. This is B2C. B2C is business to customer. So every time that you go to Expedia and you see a price there or Skyscanner, this is open to all. And that's where you see the robots on the algorithm saying 20 people buy right now, only 2 seats left, buy now, buy now, buy now. Okay, because this is a very large scale market. You and everybody is looking at the same fare because it's open to everybody. And this is emotional driven. And what's the emotional driven? What is the catch? The catch is that when you see there, sometimes you pop up, oh, 20 people is looking for this fare. Usually 6 p.m. it's where everybody starts booking their flights and say only 2 seats left. Buy now. The trends are that this fare will show up. Buy now. And you buy because this is what we call in the airlines a bidding price. So if a lot of people it's going to for that search, Miami, São Paulo, at the same time, the algorithms behind of the revenues management, they understand that they can increase the price, or they can increase the ability for you to, or they can stimulate the ability you to buy, and that's why this is emotional driven. If you have a company, if you are a client of bTd, what we have a B2B fares. Yeah, so that's why it's painful, but that's why you need to sign up your company. That's why you have to fill up that 2 minutes questionnaire. That's a painful, process, I know, but it's not for all. Not everybody can come in and sign up for the bTd deals. This is a compliance that I have to have with the airlines. And because B2B markets, small, medium enterprise markets, they are very niche markets. It's a very rational driven market. Okay, so that's the main difference that we have. And again, people always ask me, oh, I found something better than you. Okay, and the next question is AAA, AAA, always apples and apples. Are you compare the same things? Oh no, I'm comparing one flight, $500 to São Paulo, but they have 2 stops. And then I'm looking at bTd, a non-stop flight. There is a difference. Of course there is a difference. There's not apples and apples. Oh, I'm looking at the same non-stop flight, but I'm looking at morning flight at bTd and overnight flights in other place. The price is going to be different. Yes, because everything's related to the booking. It's a kind of a live system. If you take some time, if you looking for bTd, for instance, and if you take more than 3 minutes, and when you complete the booking, you might pop up a message saying, look, the price has changed, sorry. And then people sometimes send to us, oh my God, but I was here, but they changed the price. We can do nothing, guys. It's not, because this is a live system. We have fares there that could be corporate fares, so discounts through the published price, or net fares. I'm going to show you some examples about that. So, but that's why it's very, very important that you understand. If you look for online prices, you are open to everybody. What bTd has, we have online pricings in some cases with discounts. So any single flight from Miami to São Paulo with American Airlines will be at least 15% or 10% lower than AA.com on Expedia, at least. Why? Because we have a discount on online prices. So if the prices go in Expedia in America is 10, it's 100, going to be 90 at bTd. Why? Because we have different fares from the others, but always compare apples and apples. This is a very, very important #1 concept, why we are different. And if you, and again, that's why it's much better that you do by yourself, because we have a lot of clients that they send to us WhatsApps, etc., say, oh, can you have a better flight? And the truth of the matter is that they are looking online first, because more than 72% of people, they search for flights in the US using their mobile phone. So 72% of people that they search for a flight, they use their smartphone. So if you're using your smartphone to look at a kayak, why you don't press the button and do the same search for bTd, and then you can have a real life chat. Don't waste your time send us WhatsApps for pricings, because the prices you can compare yourselves, especially if you look for prices before you call us. Then that's make you save money, because at the time that you send us a WhatsApp or send us an email, etc., and then we come back to you to respond, maybe the price you just lost. Okay, and again, compare apples and apples. So this is the most important concept to learn today. Two more concepts to learn today: advantage purchase and minimum stay. People always ask me, Manuel, book, if I book earlier, can I save more? Depends. Always the question is depends. But why depends? Because depends on how is the seasonality, how is the supply demand. Remember, those are the basics. But usually it's an important thing, simple thing for you to learn. In this graphic, you can see one thing in airlines that we call availability. So 50 days before the travel date, there is an inventory that's open. Usually the revenue guys, they like to give the lowest fare 50 days in advance. So in some cases, 50 days in advance in low season, yes, if you book earlier, you're gonna save money. Can I give you an example? Right now, if you're looking for flights from 15th of August until mid of December to Brazil, this is a great time to buy, okay? Because you're gonna buy 50 days in advance for low season. So what the revenue guys are trying to do, they're trying to fill up the plane. So for those that are early bird, they're gonna get better deals, okay? In case of hotels, it's different, because hotels would like also to get that inventory ready before. But most of the cases in hotels, and that's why we're going to talk about the hotels right now, hotels, they have a lot of last minutes because the room's there. So sometimes hotels drop the prices when we have the low demand, and a couple days or 2 days or one night before, because they prefer to fill up that room with someone. So it's always depends, but in general, you need to understand the steps, okay, or perhaps the jumps. So in case of airlines, 28 days of the travel, it's good. So for instance, if you are 2 weeks from travel, by 15 days, you know that by 15 days, in the 14th day before travel, the price might increase. So try to buy in 2 weeks, 20 days before. But if you are a last minute travel and it's 7 days before travel, you're good. But sometimes 5 days before travel, 3 days before travel, that you're gonna pay a higher price because there's low availability. And that's where we come to you to help you. I'm gonna show you why. Another question people ask, I mean, if I stay longer, can I save more? Usually, yes. Here the answer, yes, you know. So airlines, usually they set up their prices on a base of that. So if you stay Monday to Monday, that's a Sunday, sorry, Sunday to Sunday, then you can have a price. Usually 5 days is where you can get a better deals. And why corporate people pay too much? Why? Because they want to go only for 3 days. So if you stay only 3 days, you're gonna pay more for those that stay 5 days, okay? And usually 7 days too. So when you book a flight, if you're looking to fly to Brazil, for instance, on Sunday evening and come back on Thursday evening, you're gonna pay high because this is where everybody's paying. Try to find a flight with some flexibility to flight on Monday morning and come back on Friday evening or maybe Saturday morning. You're gonna see a huge difference on prices on that. So, but we are here to help, okay? So if you need help, you can just press the need help button, because we have agreed, we have contracted some waivers with airlines. And what the waiver means? The waiver means that if you are 15 days before travel, but I have access to the inventory of the airline, and we see that was a fare available on 20 days before travel, we can request with some airlines a waiver, just like you buy 20 days in advance. So we have 7 days to fly, but it's just like you buy 20 days before travel. Why the traditional travel agents, they don't do this? Because most of the travel agents, they make money through the value of the ticket. So there's no interest for them to decrease for you the value of the ticket, because they're going to make less money. And since that I believe that transparency is everything in travel, I believe that if you have the rights to save money because you're a business traveler, I can give you this as a proposition. And I came from airlines. I told you, airlines, they have these tools available. Only some agents, they use it. Expedia, they never use this. There's no way for Expedia to use the waivers for advantage purchase, because they are online, they are for everybody. And traditional agents, but if you pick up the phone and call agents to help you, perhaps they won't help you with this. I'm not saying that they do it, but sometimes they don't do it just because of that, because you decrease the ticket value and they will make less money. Okay, so this is why you pay less or more, or with us or with the others. Okay, so this is a simple example where you can ask for help. So for instance, you're looking for a flight here, and if you want to help, you just click need help. You don't need to send WhatsApp to us. You don't need to send emails. Don't waste your time. Just kind of a click help, and then a pop-up window will come here, and you put a message and say, can I get a waiver here because I'm flying 5 days before travel? For instance, if you're here 5 days before travel, perhaps your fares are high, you can get a waiver, so ask for need help. If you're using also the app, it's the same thing. Here in the app, click the button need help and say, can you help me with a waiver? Just send a message, because the system understands where are you trying to fly. And someone from our team will come back to you, say yes or no, it's possible or not possible. Today, usually we request 100% of the time, and our response is about 85%. We get a positive response. Again, depends on the airline. Okay, so this is the way that you can save money. Again, final approach before we talk about hotels is leave this webinar with these 3 concepts, but especially this one that's very important. bTd, we are focused on corporate travel, okay? Focus on small and medium enterprises and startups. And if you look in Kayak and Expedia, this is to everybody. This is large marketing. This is emotional driven. Buy now, only 3 seats left, okay? We are in the other side. We are B2B, rational driven. It's only for members. It's only for those because we have special discounts, okay? So this is pretty much what makes us different. And again, if you want to save money, book by yourself. Look for the flights. If you're already looking at Skyscanner, etc., why you don't look at the bTd? Don't waste your time, send us WhatsApps, etc., because you're going to pay more. Because sometimes, if you ask Kiana, for instance, to book a flight for you, at the time that she gets in the system, another fare that was available for you there might not be there. And she has also the processing cost. So usually we charge a $5, $10 fee for the processing cost if you want someone to book for you. That's different if you book by yourself. So that's very, very important to you to save money, okay? Because again, it's very transparent way. Nobody in this industry gonna do a conversation like I'm doing with you right now. There is no travel agents doing this. There is no Expedia or they're doing this, because of course they don't like to disclose all those informations. So this is pretty much where we are today as a bTd, and we are already in US, in Portugal. We had a soft landing. We have George today, that's our representative there. In Brazil also had a soft landing. Going to be in Spain also by end of the year. Today we have 46 contracts with airlines with special fares. That makes us different from traditional agents. There are almost 500 clients. Our app has more than 1,000 downloads in 6 months in 31 countries. Actually, it's 33 countries. I checked it this morning in 80 languages. and in last 12 months, we save from 10 to 50% with very transparency for people. And we're going to talk about our partners. We're going to talk about concierge. That's an important thing for today. Okay, let's move on. This is where people are saving money. You know, if you go for the app, you're going to see there the reviews. If you like this content, the only thing that I ask you today, go to the app, go to the review, and place your comments. Say, look, I like, I learned, I'm doing better now. Or you can do this in the Apple Store, in the Google Store, but of course in the app. Those are people that save 7 days ago. So you see there, you know, Valdemar, I don't know if Valdemar is attending the call, but it was the first time that he bought a bTd for family, 42% lower than the cheapest. What was the cheapest here? The cheapest was an online booking tool. She was comparing with Skyscanner and Kayak, and you know, so 42%. Yeah, Diego, same thing. It was from Brazil to here. So from Brazil, he brought his father here, and 42% on the Azul website. Why? Because, again, buying Brazil, sometimes you have a lot of different aspects like demand, seasonality, etc., things that I explained to you. But we have special fares with Azul. That's why he saved 44%. Yeah. And 18 months ago, Marcus is a vice president for Victorinox. You know, he saved 30% of his budget. He's traveled a lot to South America, and he used to use traditional travel agents. Now he's using bTd. Yeah, so that's the way. Today you are the first one to know about the entire offer of bTd. Yeah, we talk about air that you already know. But let me tell you about the hotels and all the business that we have. That's jet, vacation, the concierge, vacations, and of course our affiliates. Yeah. So first things, download your app. If you didn't download your app, you have to type bTd Business Travel Deals in Apple Store and Google Store. And there's another painful sign up, guys. I mean, it's compliance. Okay. So we have you get the app. Please, if you want to be informed about promotions, allow push notifications. If you do not allow, you never receive any kind of a deals. We are not the kind of a massive in terms of promotions, and also you have always the options to opt out. But if you do not allow, you won't receive, because you're right to receive or not receive. So you have the app, but you never know about the promotions. No? So allow push notifications. In case that you forgot for the first time, you know, cancel the app and reinstall. Okay. In case that you're not receiving, my suggestion is you cancel. I mean, you delete the app, reinstall the app, you know, and then allow. Also allow push notification for locations. Okay. Why? Because if you're in Portugal right now, if you want to receive the deals from Portugal, you know, there's a geo localization in the app that are gonna tell you. And another important things. When you sign up in the app, doesn't mean that you are signing up in the portal, because there are 2 sign-ups. You have to fill up the questionnaire. Otherwise, it's going to be very easy to someone with your Facebook login to get access to those deals. And again, bTd deals is not for all. Okay, so that's why you have the painful questionnaire. But the good thing is the following. If you are a bTd client already, send us a copy of our business card. We're going to do a pre-sign up for you. But we need to have your business cards, and then we can kind of save time for you. We're gonna save it 1.5 minutes for you, you know, to do a pre-sign up for you. But you're gonna get a login to get into the portal. Okay, so let's move on. So if you have the app with you today, open the app. You're gonna see there beautiful pictures, and there is a hotel deals icon there. If you click in the hotel deals, it's gonna tell you the new story. We used to have hotels information in our website. You know, we had 300,000 hotels when we launched bTd, and that was the look and feel at that point. It's a kind of example that I used to say. So I came from oil business. I used to stay in 5-star hotels. When I moved to airlines, I started to stay in 4-star hotels. Now I'm an entrepreneur. I'm staying in 3-star hotels, but I'm looking for coming back in some point for 5-star hotels. But this is a good example. I have an office in New York, in Edison Hotel, traditional hotel, 3-star, you know, 4 nights that I stayed there in 2018, 1,067. And when I look at that, the fare, 267 per night, I say, oh my God, this is too high. Let me check Expedia. And those are the tricks about online booking tool. You know, this is an Expedia app. At the same time, the same hotel, apples and apples, always, don't forget that. 240 the night. 15% off. So, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna pay the same thing. So I confirm Expedia. When I confirm Expedia, this is the catch. Yeah, the first night was one price, but the last night was another price. So the average price plus the fees, because Expedia and Kayak and Skyscanner, they charge a lot of fees. And then the total price, it was 14% higher than mine, okay? Because we do not have hiding fees. We have a flat fees. So this is a good example to show you that sometimes what you show in the first glance is not the first that you have, that you're gonna pay. So always open the total price to see what you're paying, okay? Because if you buy the price only because of the fare, that fare do not include tax, do not include city tax, resorts fees, etc. And that's where the catch. This is emotional driven. You guys are not emotional, okay? Expedia will never tell you this, never, neither Kayak, neither Skyscanner. But I'm telling you because this is the way they're gonna save money. Okay, right now, you're the first one to know the new bTd hotel online booking tool, which is very clean. It's powered by a partner. Actually, that's this partner, it's part of the Expedia group. The difference is that the hotel deals that we have there, they are the ones that provide the inventory. It's not bTd, they are my partner, okay? But I'm the first company in the US, I'm so proud of that, to have this solution available in the US, in Portugal, and in Brazil. There's no other agents in my size that they were able to develop this partnership. And I signed this contract in December last year, and finally we put this in place. What we bring to you more than 600,000 properties worldwide. So I double the offer for the clients in a much better, let's say, booking experience. Yeah, it's only for, we have members only deals starting from 5 to 30%. I'm gonna show you some pictures. And we have also great and special rates in high demands. Again, hotels inventory, guys, it's different from the air that I have a deal. Can you imagine that I'm gonna knock at the doors of 600,000 people? That's no way, you know? So I need to have a partnership with consolidators or with this group, that's the solutions from the Expedia group. But the difference is that there's no Expedia here. Why? Because this is for members only. Only members that just like airlines, I prove Expedia group that I can have access to corporate travelers like you, and they're gonna travel for business purpose or for leisure purpose or to visit friends and relatives. And every single time that you fly or that you travel or that you book a hotel through bTd, you're gonna save money, and they know that's only corporate clients they can get there. But doesn't mean they're gonna be always the lowest. No. There's no way for at least you're gonna have the same prices, you know. Most of the cases gonna be lowest price if you catch for the members only deals. But there are other deals that's gonna be great and special deals, because the inventory of hotels, it's a crazy stuff. They can change price tonight to stay here, and the hotels can do it by themselves. If a matter to here, it's low loading factor, they drop the price in their websites, they send an email to all the members, and that $100 fare, I don't get it, neither Expedia and everybody, because they're doing by themselves. It's a direct booking. So that's why hotels inventory, it's so dynamic, okay? But again, I keep the same promise that I have at Air. It's transparent. You look there and you compare. So please don't send us WhatsApps or emails asking for hotels. Do by yourself. You know why? Because you're gonna save money by doing that. You can compare by yourself. There is no hiding cost on bTd. This is a value that I have at the company. It's transparency. So don't ask us, oh, Manoel, do you have a better hotel? Okay, yes, go online and look for you, because you know how many days, how many rooms, if you like king rooms, small rooms, with breakfast, without breakfast. Hotels is a very, very complicated things to do. That's why we are the first one. And if you book a hotel calling a travel agent, you're losing money. Because they have to look for something. And usually travel agents, they do not have the luxury to have deals like I'm doing right now. So you're gonna pay more booking hotels, calling someone to do for you, rather than you do it by yourself. Trust me, I come from this industry, guys, and I'm trying to do the best for you, okay? So it's easy to book, pay, and confirm. And again, 24/7 customer support by hotel partner. It's not Anna, myself, Maria, George, that we're gonna help you. It's the hotel provider. You know, they are 24/7. So if you have a problem with your reservation, of course you have to tell us. You can tell us, but we are not the ones that are going to solve the problem. If you want to cancel, you have to cancel, but you have to look for the rules. If you are buying a hotel 4 nights, it's non-refundable. There is no point to send me an email, Manuel, can you call the hotel and ask them because I'm a bTd client? I'm sorry, I cannot do it because you were the one that clicked the button. You know why I'm telling you this to very straightforward? Because if you book with Skyscanner, nobody gonna help you. You know, nobody, because they are in the call centers in India. So that's why be wise, you know, to follow the rules of the hotel. I'm not doing anything different from the other ones, but of course I can help you to solve problems. Like we have a problem this week. There's a big client, he booked 3, he saved money, he's going to Bahamas, and he saved money, but he didn't know that the city tax, or he didn't pay attention that the city tax was included. And then we call our partner, and they clarify to us. But that's very, very important to you to do and to understand. So let's pick something here. So this is what you do. So if you put something like a Miami, dates, etc., search, those are the kind of possible solutions. You see there in the top, members only deal. You have also great fare and special deal. So perhaps Expedia will be the same great fare that I have here, yeah? Or maybe hotels.com or Skyscanner, you know, because it depends, because all the hotels they have but the members only deal is the one that will have a better deal in compare with others. But it's going to be always the lowest, No, because it always depends. If this hotel like Icon in Brickell, they decided to do a promotion by themselves and they decided not to give that promotion to Expedia, to me, or to everybody, then they're going to have the better deal than the one that I have here. So that's why I'm the one to tell you, always look, always compare. And you're going to see that it will be most of the cases, or more than 9% of the case, 70% of the case, depends on where you're booking, a great fare. There is no hiding cost on our side. Yeah. So I took this morning some cases. So for instance, I went to hotels.com, Miami, Florida, apples and apples always. Okay. So same period, you know, 5th of August to 4 days in August. Okay. And you have here SLS in Brickell here, 224 great fare. Okay. This is hotels.com. Look here, what we learned today. Look at the button. 101 people are currently looking at the property Miami. What is this? Algorithms telling you buy now, emotional driven. Okay. And then I selected the hotel, 224, and the total price, that is important. So before you check the price, try to do a simulation, go until the end. And then there's no hiding cost here in hotels.com, 1,125. And you see here, the 4 nights, all the prices are the same. There's a fee cancellation, blah, 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 all good, okay? So same hotel, apples and apples, Miami through bTd, $170, because this is a members only deal, okay? Looking for this members only deal. So, and if you click, you're gonna see there another option that is great, that I have this, I didn't have this in the past. You can choose to pay now or to pay the hotel. That's great, because sometimes you just want to book, but you want to pay at the time of the check-in. So this is a great facility that we'll bring to the table with this solution. But if you have any problem, any questions, call the number. You know, they have a chat. This is not Anna, it's not me, it's not George. This is provided by the hotel, okay? Supplier, usually it's Expedia. But in this particular case, you see, apples and apples always. You're saving with, in Miami, 28% off, 244, because you're booking through members only deal. That's the kind of value that I bring to the table to you guys right now. Okay, and tell your friends, because you have only a few people this. So tell your friends for the next time that they buy 2 hotels, you know, if they are bTd clients, download the app, do the painful questionnaire, 2 minutes. If you want to have only a half minute, send me an email with your business card. I'm going to do it for you. Another one here is Trump in New York. Okay. You see here, this is another thing I'd like to highlight. That's not only Priceline, Booking.com. That's several small online travel agents. Look at this one here, Agoda. I never heard about that, but they have the best fare in Skyscanner. Sometimes people say, I love Skyscanner. Skyscanner is the best. Skyscanner is a meta search. They take everybody, put everybody together, okay? And what they do together, they do publish price, online price. You see here, all the price are the same. But how come I used to buy Orbitz? Look how Orbitz is so expensive than Expedia. This is inventory, guys. It's always inventory. And sometimes when you book it to Agoda, it's not sure that at the time that you finish, that price will be there because it's emotional driven. They perhaps going to tell you, look, oh, I'm sorry, the hotel was so high, it took so long, they increased the price. But look, we have a special perks for you. You can have a free breakfast, whatever. This is what the algorithms does, guys. No, there's no free lunch in the US, no free lunch in the online booking, okay? But in this case, Agoda was the lowest one. So same hotel, bTd, 11% off, okay? No hiding costs, but also members only due, okay? So in US, this is what we have. Because we are also operating in Portugal and in Brazil, I took 2 more examples to share with you today. So this is a very famous hotel, prestige hotel, 5-star hotels, Tivoli, okay, apples always, you know, so same week in August. And you see here in Kayak, you know, the prices are pretty much the same. You know, sometimes they have a $6, $7 more. Guys, this is emotional driven. Okay, there's always a catch behind of that. But Expedia price $232. You can compare with everybody. By the way, if you have a group of people going to Tivoli, we can have a better deal than this one here either. So I went to Tivoli website. You know, so Tivoli website, apples always, same room, 247. So higher than Expedia. Why? Because we are in the US. Tivoli knows that they have less brand awareness here. A Kayak has more brand awareness. So what they do, they try to sell more. So they put a better price in Kayak, yeah, for people that try to buy without knowing Tivoli. Okay, but those that want Tivoli, they say, you know why? Perhaps if people come directly to me, why? They are not going to Kayak. So that's why I'm charging a little bit more. There's no free lunch, guys. This is what airlines and this is what hotels they do. So directly with the hotel, 247. Same hotel, apples always. bTd members only, $210. So 10 to 15% off. 15% off compared with Tivoli.com, 10% off compared with Expedia. So you're saving $80, which is a huge amount of money that you can eat a lot in Lisbon, you know, with $8 for a dining in Lisbon, which is a great place. I'm so proud to be operating there, and you can save money by staying in a 5-star hotel like Tivoli. But let me tell you something. Maria, that's work that is in the call today. It's also support us on is the VP of Concierge bTd. We have a group of 10 people going to Lisbon for leisure. We have a very, very special fare with Tivoli Hotel for lower than 200 euros. I think it was 147 euros, or something like that. Why? Because it was a special deal for a special event. So if you have events, so if you have meetings, etc., or groups of more than 10 people, we can have always a lowest fare through the agreements that we have with 5-star hotels. So last but not the least, Brazil. So this is another one. So Transamerica Hotel, for instance, $94 in Booking.com through Kayak. And you have the same hotel here. And not a big discount, but it's still you saving money. You're saving $4, yeah, in Brazil. Yeah. And here, one thing that we learned today: book early and save 30%. Remember, in hotels, if you book earlier, you can save more. And this is true. You know, you can save 30% if you book this hotel right now. Why? Because we are more than 30 days from the date of check-in. This window here might disappear if you are 15 days before check-in. Okay, that's exactly what we do if you book more. So another 2 example here: Brutri Avenida Paulista, 102 with bTd, and $112 per night, and Brutri 4-star. So Brazil, 5 to 10%, 3 or 4-star hotels. This is what you can save. So that's now that you learn that you can save more on the hotel. Let me tell you quickly about the other service that we have here. So I'm just getting into the bTd app version through the website. So if you don't have your telephone with you, you can also access your app through the website, just like I'm doing right now. So this is what I'm doing. So here you have the menu. The live chat you already know. So don't spend or spend your time sending us WhatsApps. Just go in the chat in the language that you prefer, and try to chat with someone. But it's a very important thing. We do not disclosure fares through the WhatsApp. Don't ask us to do, or to someone from my team say, Manuel, what is the lowest price? Or someone that attend there, I don't know who's going to be there. Maybe Marcos. Oh, Marcos, tell me what is the lowest fare to São Paulo. We cannot do this to live chats. Why? Because live chats is open to everybody, and we cannot disclose this. Okay, so if you are not able to book by, usually the live chat is things like, look, I'm losing my flight, I need a question here, how can I do this, you know? So it's a kind of a way to help you as a call center, okay? But if you do not have your password with you, if you're not a client first, you can request a quote by, we probably finish in 10 minutes more, okay, guys? Because we start 10 minutes late, just to let you know. So if you don't have your app, sorry, if you're not a bTd client yet, but you want to send us a quick quote, just go to quick quotes here, and then you have a simple form. Again, don't waste your time sending emails to us, because we're gonna ask all the same things that you can find here. If you fly to some place, we're gonna ask you if you are a bTd client or not, how many passengers. You have always to say, they from where you what's the class of service, business, or from where you're traveling, when you're traveling, and then you can put in here when you're traveling, etc. So and also if you prefer no stops, day flights, etc. If you are flexible in your dates, okay. So use these fare for upgrades. Use these, and when you're gonna book in 24 hours, 48 hours, or no, not booking now. If you're shopping around, to be honest with you, don't waste our time and your time shopping around through sending a questionnaire. Shopping around by yourself, booking by yourself. But again, if you're not a bTd client, that's no problem. We are here to help. If you're a client and you can be qualified, just fill up this form, submit, and someone is going to come back to you. Because by doing that, you save time by sending emails. You know? Okay, so this is for when you have a quote, and you can take from here. Another big news that we have is the bTd Jet. It's a partnership that I'm doing with a trader here, and basically what we are giving to you access to the inventory of the private jets in the world, especially things like small jets. It could be empty legs or also full jets. We cannot sell separate seats. Why? Because separate seats is commercial airlines. It's not private airlines. But if you have a group, you have a client that they want to have a New York, Miami open jet or open leg, definitely we can help you through our partner. So it's a very, very competitive. I'm so proud to have been partnered with Jay on this venture. And this is where we're going to have. So if you want a jet, any part of the world, we can give you access through here. Okay. Another coach that you can also request. This is where Maria comes on the stream. And 1 month from now, guys, we're going to have a webinar only to talking about concierge and the great things that we have with vacation package. Okay. There's going to be also a raffle of a cruise in Ecuador. It's a great cruise. So keep tuned, because we'll be invited to for 1 month ahead to be part of this webinar. Okay, but if you have a meeting, you have a company, you want to organize a meeting, we can plan, we can organize, we can execute a meeting for you. We can save money, because hotels, they have a hack price. That's the price that's available to everybody. Sometimes the hack price minus online prices. You just saw that, you know, in the Tivoli, you know, that Expedia price, etc. But there is also the corporate fares that you call them and they give you a corporate fare. But also there is a IATA fare. That's usually the fare that we have as a travel agents. Those are the fares that we save money for you when you have a meeting and conference. So if you have a meeting and conference, just fill up this form, tell what you need, and Maria will come back to you. You can also choose upload a file. So you can also request a quote for him. Okay, but we're going to talk about concierge next time. And the last one is a quote for events. We're partnering with some companies. They have access to very, very important deals and very, very important tickets for events, corporate events, corporate meetings, sports events, just like the US Open, Brazil and Colombia soccer will come to Miami in September. We're going to have tickets there in the Ad Hoc Stadium, and here you see a lot of great opportunities. If you want to go, you want to save money, kind of request as a coach, and then we're gonna do the best for you to save money on this. Okay, hotel deals. This is where you know how to book your flights. So if you book your flights, I'm using the app. Okay, so this is where you can see the screen. The tip here is the following: always try to get a flexibility of 2 or 3 days, direct flights, one person, and search. Okay, so if you put flexible dates, this is the response that you're gonna get. Always, you're gonna see when is the best day to travel. Okay, so if I travel, for instance, there is a fare here in non-stop to São Paulo with Azul. That is $500 a coach class going 15th of August and come back on the 20th. You know, so that's the way that you can save money. And here, if you want to learn things like I told you, look, the fare, it's so cheap because they are 2 letters equal. So this is the Sierra. This is the lowest class that Azul has. You doesn't need to know about that, but you know that the fare is low and the letters are the same. Don't waste your time asking us if you can get something better, because this is the lowest. You can just do is compare with Skyscanner. You're gonna see that Skyscanner never can get this fare because we have special fares with Azul. I can tell you, Skyscanner don't have these fares. Expedia don't have these fares. And I'm telling you because I signed a contract with the airlines, okay? But if you see something different, send me up a screenshot, okay? But if you need a help with something, just click need help. Can I have a waiver? And the answer will be yes or no, and that's it. And then we send. Again, don't waste your time to send us quick quotes, etc., etc. Just kind of don't lose your time. And from here, you know how to do it. So let me come back here to the page that I was, because this is about air. Okay, good. So we have the car deals. I'm not taking all the details here, but if you went here, you go for the Avis, and then that is a discount of 5 to 10% with Avis, Uber for Business. We can have all the promotions like you can receive here. So if you don't receive the push notifications, anything in your app is because you're not allowed. So cancel your app and reinstall and accept push notifications. This is the way that you can get it. In the concierge, we're going to talk to this 1 month from now, but you have all the package that we have available for you, and Maria can help you to place a great deal flying any part of the world that you want, okay? We have the Priority Pass. This is another partnership that we have. So if you want to fly coach, but you want to stay in launch class, and if you fly a lot, perhaps you can get a great deal by buy one of those Priority Pass package. Look, we have 10% off from the standard price that they have there. So this is a part of affiliates that we have in our plan here. Always stay tuned about our events. You know, so today we have this event here. Here's the other events that I mentioned to you. You just can click there and you can see where's going on, etc. So it's the way to know what's going on. And the review parts is where I told you that I'll be very happy if you today leave this call by saying, look, what I learned, it was useful, it was useless, but leave your comments, because this is the way that people can be engaged also. And in the partners part, you can see all the information that we have here. They are the airlines that we are partnering right now. I have to update another one. So those airlines, they are the airlines that give us discounts out of the published fare, okay? We have the hotels. So on top of the 600,000 hotels, we have those 5-star hotels that will have special deals. Like I told you, we have special deals with Tivoli, yeah, in Lisbon, and also here in Four Seasons in Miami. And then we have our affiliate network. The affiliate network. So we're going to close now. Sorry for being